umpire, Des Foster, gets the big game at the parade underway. Norwood captain Danny Jenkins won the toss, and Norwood kicked to the southern end. Aish mishandled. Scanlon that was, who had his legs taken from underneath him, and he gave it over to Winter. Ball bounces, so it goes straight through centre half forward. Dreer, the Blood centre half back, gives it to Summerton. Summerton puts it over the top to Randall Bennett. The Bloods into attack. Bennett not going to find an attacking player though. Justin Scanlon takes a good defensive mark there across half back. McIntosh gives him the lead in the middle, but he avoids that player. Roberts way out of his position, and a good mark there taken by Mark Micken. Micken again will probably do the bulk of the ruck work, and he probably rest at full forward. Mike Smith back from injury, couldn't take the mark. Players fighting for the ball on the ground. Borchardt, Captain Blood, tries to get it clear, and there's Bruce Linder also playing his first game this year. And we see a scuffle already. The tempers flare as well they might. I guess both sides, Ian, realise they're in a spot of bother, particularly Norwood, and they'd be keen to make amends today.
Desperate, Peter, I would think. Norwood started with Jim Teal at centre half forward and Kelly at centre half back. Ace can't get his kick away. Morris can up towards full forward. Williams, Warhurst there. Williams has been paid the mark. He took it on his chest. I think he lost it on the way down, but the umpire has blown the whistle for the mark, and Craig Williams, West Adelaide's new full forward, has got the ball about 30 metres out. Williams, gee, certainly didn't take much of a run at that one, but he's guided it through okay, and West Adelaide kicking into the breeze has got their first goal on the board.
A very important goal for the Bloods, and Craig Williams has been down in past weeks, right through the lead up to the start of the 1984 season, and in his past two games hasn't played well, and that would be a big confidence boost for the All-Australian.
Centre bounce. Dreer in opposition to Hine. Umpire Foster puts the ball down. Borchardt. Micken got the benefit of the bounce. Borchardt's going to get the free kick from the check side of the centre circle. Whips it over to Summerton. I wonder whether he's been given the job on Gallagher or Roberts this afternoon, as Summerton goes long up towards the half forward line. Winter comes in strongly and takes the mark at centre half back. Plus 15 metres. Linder certainly very enthusiastic, getting back into the game, just speaking to umpire Foster. Teal can't get it. Borchardt can. Grosser. Short is Linder. Longer now, Williams. Grosser puts it over towards Morris. That's a fine pass. Danny Jenkins went looking for another player. Left Morris, and it was a fine pass from Grosser that came back to the half-forward line and has picked up Morris about 35, 40 metres out. Williams kicked it from slightly further in from here. Morris's kick is a longer one, just as good, brought the same result. 2 goals, West Adelaide. Fine start.
Beautiful kick at goal is Morris, and he also has perhaps been a little bit quiet early this season, and a big game from him would be a bonus for West Adelaide, because they've had problems up forward with injuries. Roger Luter's out, and Linder out. They're all back, and I guess Neil Baum would be not too happy about West Adelaide's start.
He's got the runner out already. Ross Porritt over talking to skipper Danny Jenkins as the umpire puts the ball down again. Micken thumps. McKinnon breaks through with strength, drives to the half-forward line. Linder tried to get up, thumped away by Winter. Here's a chance. Smith caught on the left leg, hooks it back. That's a magnificent shot for goal. Oh, what a beauty. Welcome back, Smith. First goal, West Adelaide's third.
They're doing it very well now, and that half-forward line is alight. They're getting it out of the centre, and McKinnon it was who burst the pack, and Smith read it beautifully off the pack and speared it through with the left boot. And 3 goals without a miss, West Adelaide. Norwood yet to score, and after their poor performance last week, the Norwood hierarchy would be somewhat disillusioned at the moment.
Hardly a boost for their confidence. 3 in the first 5 minutes against the breeze. Hine this time gets the back flip. Morano got caught high, allowed to play on with his free kick. The legs are into attack again up towards Michael Annie. Not paid. Oh, I thought he had a hand on that one. The umpire has come in on will bounce about 35 metres out. Peter Marker.
Well, he appeared to have it under control, but I think he just didn't have it long enough, Ian, and I'm surprised that it came out of his hands. up very high, but he put his hand over the shoulder of Micken. That was obvious. You could see that. And Mark Micken, the Bloods workhorse, will take a free kick from, or probably 30 metres from the Norwood goal. Uses the left boot as he always does. Smith up from behind, couldn't take the mark. Plenty of players there. Gee, there are too many there, and the umpire, or umpire Foster, will come in to bounce. As you can see, the number of players there. Hine is number 5 for Norwood, the tallest player on the ground against Micken. Hine got hand of ball. Thomas had the opportunity to grab it, didn't. Players everywhere at the moment. Thomas' handball's cleared, and no one in particular. Candlelafter's caught. The umpire judges that the ball was being held to him, and we'll see another bounce. Gee, you can tell where we are. The crowd wanted holding the ball, but they didn't get it. Michael Annie again. Gave that to Morano. Morano's kick smothered. Candlelaftis runs clear and gives it to Borchardt. The Bloods are running. Filkey to Smith. Smith is nearly put down by Winter. McKinnon, the centre man's the runner. Has to concede ground. And he hooks one back. Not well directed. And a fine mark taken in defence. Norwood out of trouble through Morano.
Morano got the handball across there from Stephen Keane. Dreher gets a bad bounce. Quickly Maynard on the half-forward line, looking to set up the play. On the lead is McCarthy. Candlelaftis there with him, and quite happy to see the ball go out of play on the half-forward left flank. Almost into the pocket. Norwood kicking with the breeze, yet to score. West Adelaide 3 goals. Been an explosive start by the Bloods. Micken and Michael Annie. Teal at the back there, trying to get it through. Player stack up. Michael Ace goes in. Candlelaftis over the top. Morano wants the ball out, but the umpire will bounce in the left full forward pocket. Still about 30-40 metres out from goal. West Adelaide coach would be happy with the start for sure. Bounce down. Michael Annie thumps it back. Candlelaftis got it clear. Back up towards Morris. West Adelaide's into attack again. Onto the lead goes Borchardt. Got a bad bounce. Winter threw the ball away. Got it clear, however. Jenkins. Justin Scanlon. The legs into attack. Up towards full forward. Till sets himself up over the top. Maynard. Hamilton a chance to clear. Ace has got the pace to get there first. Did that one well to set it up for Morano. Couldn't handle it. He'll need backup support. Out wider still is McCarthy. Legs into attack, up towards full forward. Fine mark of defence, pulled down by Micken. The umpire hasn't paid it, or has he?
Yes, he has, Ian, and the crowd not happy about it. They can remember the one a little while ago to Michael Annie. And they've given the umpire a big rap over the knuckles for that one. But West Adelaide had the ball to advantage anyway. It's only penalised them bringing it back. Lamb couldn't half volley it. Dickinson fell over. Teal is in trouble, holding the ball. Good decision. When you've got the ball, you can't break through packs. Smith in front, no mark. Very close to the line. Holding the ball. It's on. Players coming from everywhere at the moment. The poor old Channel 7 cameraman's caught.
Chris said that I'd get out if I were you, Chris. Make a break for it, lad, while the going's good.
Clayton Lamb's at the bottom of the pack. Gee, you could get electrocuted in there if you're not careful. I think there's a free kick, though, that's going to go the way of 26 for the Norwood side in McCarthy. He plays it on to centre half forward. Very congested. Maynard's done that twice, leaping. Ace over the head. Which way will it bounce? The wrong way for Ace, the right way for the West Adelaide side. Gee, Norwood's first score in, and I get the feeling that West Adelaide are a lot more desperate than they were when we saw them last week.
Oh, you can say that again. It's pretty fierce, very desperate stuff out there as Winter kicks in. The lead of Micken. Good mark pulled down by Clayton Lamb, half-back flank. Coming along towards centre wing to Smith. Called his teammate out. Smith's got it. Careered right up ground. He's almost on the half-back flank as he got that one. Not well directed. Winter and Lindner. Gallagher. Lindner looking for the free kick. Oh, the umpire's given it to him. Lindner, a comeback after the ankle injury. An important player on the West Adelaide side. Ducks around his opponent in Kelly. Oh, he's going to run into trouble. Got clear. Drives a long one in towards goal. Williams. Warhurst back there. Good mark, Tom Warhurst Jr. And he's got it in the back pocket.
Backed his judgment. Oh, it's a floater. Danger. McKinnon couldn't mark it. He couldn't read it properly. Thomas over to Stephen Keane. Here's a chance for Filkey. He's got a ton of pace. He's got players who want it. Gross is one of them. Short. Borchardt has it now, and they're playing well, West Adelaide. No doubt about it. Micken floats one in. It won't make the distance. A fine dive by Warhurst and a good defensive effort.
Peter, we haven't seen West Adelaide played like this since the last quarter at Richmond on that Sunday game against North.
I'd agree with that, Ian. They certainly mean business now. A mark taken by Kelly. Craig Kelly. He was the former PAC player, and we thought he'd play at centre-half forward today, but he started at centre-half back. Teal, no mark. McCarthy down. Oh, he ducked the head in. How did you read it?
Well, I agree with you, Peter. You got the free kick. Adrian Forster together with Des Forster. McCarthy chips it out. Justin Scanlon. Gallagher wants it. Gallagher's going to get it. You watch this one head for goal. No, got caught on the left leg in towards full forward. Burgess comes through. Cantalaftis look for Conlon. Had his back to it. Morano gets collared. Breaks through Cantalaftis over to Winter. And he clears to the outer side. Came from Randall Bennett. And Morris has got it on the half-back flank. Morris puts it up with kick number 4. Winter, Borchardt there. Winter too strong in the air, and that's a good mark. He's just on the check side of centre wing on the outer side of the ground. 11 minutes gone, first quarter. Been a fine spectacle to date. A lot of good hard football out there as Winter drives to the half-forward line. Michael Annie's got the ball, but rather an uneducated leap then by Hamilton's given away a free kick to Maynard.
Maynard, number 18, would be 60 metres from the Norwood goal, and this West Adelaide tackling is worrying the Norwood side. That won't score a goal. Roberts up high. Oh, he read it beautifully. Took a fine mark. He's having a look for leads, but might be pretty hard to find one with the West Adelaide defence very strong. He might check-side it, or he might even use his left boot. He's a purist goal kicker, is Neville Roberts. Knows what to do. Rarely misses. And he is a professional. 1 goal, Roberts. Norwood 1-1. West Adelaide 3 goals.
A value for kicks player. And Rocky Roberts in recent times hasn't really been noticed for his high marking. But the ball went in long into that square. And gee, he got up higher than the rest of the pack, and that was a fine grab. And he's looking for leads all over the place because he wasn't confident of his own ability to kick it from there, but gee, it was a top kick and Norwood needed it.
Norwood being pole is Neil Hine, tallest man on the ground. McIntosh, haven't seen much of him. A high ball to centre-half forward. Roberts wants it again. Teal in front, couldn't mark the ball. Morano is in there, so is Cantalaftis. He's caught. Holding the ball, they yell, but they won't get that. Dickinson is pushed by Lamb. A ball in. The wind has dropped. West Adelaide, a fine start. Micken in front. Conlon. Good mark. Low to the ground. Morris. Gee, started well today. 5 kicks. Morris. Looking for Bruce Linder. Surrounded by Norwood players. Good leap in front. Craig Kelly appeared to mark the ball. Scanlon. McCarthy. Maynard wants it. Put out in front of that player. A fine punch away, though, by Burgess. Bennett had to get rid of it quickly. Well done, Conlon. Borchardt played that one tough and hard. Lindner. Gee, Borchardt just gobbled the tackle up. Bounced off him like a fly. Bruce Lindner. As Ian Day often says, he could kickstart a Boeing 747. He's a powerful kick. This is his second. That won't make the distance, I don't think. Warhurst, well read by Winter, and through Danny Jenkins they'll get out of trouble.
Justin Scanlon inside the half-back line. He gives it to the running Kelly. Oh, gee, well smothered off the boot plate. Lamb, he did that beautifully. Backs up for Lindner. Lindner can't get it clear. Lamb in. Dickinson gives it to McIntosh. He doesn't want it. Got nowhere to go. Grabbed by the Adams apple, and a scuffle ensues. McIntosh to Jenkins is good football. Off the half-back line go the legs. Up towards the half-forward line. Till can't bring it down. Maynard in there. Bennett against the tide. Morano. Quickly now, Teal across to Gallagher. Caught on the left leg. Back to Teal. Oh, he can't pick it up. He needs help. They've conceded an enormous amount of ground Finally, Thomas gets it up towards full forward, not well directed. Aish wants backup support, gets it out now, but it's Conlon who comes away. Borchardt can't pick it up on the half-back line. Desperate football by West Adelaide. Meccan cleverly, Burgess, back to Meccan. He doesn't want it, kicks the wrong way. Conlon used his pace, cool under pressure, breaks clear and finds Filkey out of side.
Gee, I don't know if they're going to be able to keep this up. Winter, short, Conlon. Not quite good enough for Maynard then. Borchardt, Hine is the tackler, and Borchardt puts it away, but not very well to Filkey. Filkey's got too much pace for Hine. Lindner and Kelly, up goes Lindner. Oh, he did that well. Thomas, a chance, Craig Williams, if he can straighten up. Has to concede ground, he's caught. Back to Morris. Morris will get around onto that left boot. A long kick into the teeth of goal. Too much interference there. Grosser couldn't get near the ball. Morano gives it over to Stephen Keane. The Redlegs out of trouble as they go along. Jimmy Teal appeared to be pushed. The umpire picked it up. That was a clear push in the back by Dreher, Ian.
Yes, Peter. Jimmy Teal getting his first kick for the afternoon. Long way out from goal. On the lead now is Roberts. That's the way the ball will go. That's a perfect pass, Jim Teal. Gee, the big fella did that one well. Summerton couldn't cut it off. It was just simply too well put. He's got it, but gee, he's taken him a fair way out from goal. Still 45 metres, although Roberts ought to make the distance from here.
Yeah, he often short passes too, Ian.
Wind assisted, it could be second kick. The first one was a goal. Aish goes off into the pocket. But Roberts is going in long. Nice looking drop, punt, the umpire getting underneath it. He's going the wrong side of the woodwork, and it's a point only to Rocky Roberts. Norwood 1-2, West Adelaide 3 goals, 16 minutes in.
Gee, you're almost expecting to kick a goal with every kick, but West Adelaide run it out from fullback. It's now with Summerton. He kicks into the centre of the ground. McKinnon, oh, he used the body beautifully. Pretty hard to do, to outbody Jim Teal, but McKinnon did it. And then goes to centre half forward. I don't think Bruce Lindner will mark from there, but he got rid of Hine fairly in an unorthodox fashion. It came back to Hine, then to Scanlon, now to Craig Kelly. Kelly looking for Maynard. Can't mark the ball, and Dickinson sees it go across the line. There's no doubt about Bruce Lindner. He can certainly raise the adrenaline, both in the crowd and in his opponents. The big punch away, a chance for West Adelaide. Filkey, Dickinson in pursuit, short. That missed Borchardt. And here's the president. Did that casually, beautifully done. Back to Filkey, over the top to Smith. He knows how to kick goals. Onto the boot, straight through the middle. 2 to Smith. The West Adelaide have 4. Norwood 1-2.
Yes, it was a good tap out at centre wing there. Baum not at all happy. His side hasn't been performing well all season. On that occasion, West Adelaide taking the chance to run the ball well through the half-forward line. And it's Norwood that's chasing Guernseys at the moment. The defence was drawn. Smith was the player waiting for at the end of the chain of passes, his second goal.
4 goals, West Adelaide, without a miss. Norwood 1-2. We approach the 20-minute mark of this first quarter. Very high was Michael Annie. Morano to Thomas. Very quiet Thomas. Over the shoulder, out comes Roberts. Oh, he got a free kick. A silly free kick. He missed the mark. But Summerton dragged him over around the neck and across the shoulder. And how would you like to put money on this one, Ian?
Well,
or how would you like to back against it?
No, I'd be prepared to put money on him. But Peter, you keep telling me he's the best shot in the league, so I'm convinced.
He lines them up. And Norwood need him badly. He's their only true forward. The kick on the way, and that is dead centre. 2 goals, Roberts. Roberts is usually disappointed if they're not dead centre. He likes them to go straight over the umpire's head.
Yes, well, at this stage, he's still the only winning Norwood forward. He's got 3 kicks for 2 goals, 1, and that's certainly value for kicks. But the ball is going in fairly haphazard into the Norwood forward lines, and on that occasion, it was only a foolish scragging by a West Adelaide defender that gave away the goal.
Back to the bounce, Des Foster, Mark Micken, Michael Annie. Mark Micken got it to McKinnon. Gallagher caught, Grosser goes in, Aish to Thomas. short to an open space, giving Morano the chance. Burgess will be there too late. Morano swings back and gives Hine the big chance, but the punch away comes from behind. Winter, Candleftis. Oh, that's a fine kick. That finds McKinnon. Well, McKinnon allowed himself to be tackled then, and Lamb gave him the run, but he couldn't use him. Mike Smith playing a fine first quarter. He's beating Scanlon, and he plays it on quick. Kick number 4. Williams in front. Great mark, Williams. Too much strength on that occasion for Warhurst. Well, it's working for Neil Curley with Williams at full forward. Micken hasn't had to rest yet. Williams a casual kick at goal. 2 goals, Williams. West Adelaide 5 without a miss. Norwood 2-2.
West Adelaide doing it extremely well. Williams is an interesting player. He played state football last season, but he hasn't been firing all that well in the early games this year. But he's been pushed from pillar to post to cover weaknesses of West Adelaide, and they've had a few in the early games. But on that occasion, he was too strong in front of Warhurst and converted for his second goal. Played 21 minutes of the first quarter here at the Parade.
Mark Micken and Michael Annie. Michael Annie's leap was terrible. Players fighting for the ball, and in fact McCarthy was the Norwood Rover who ran in and couldn't pick it up. Michael Annie is not with it yet. He can't combat Mark Micken. Micken's been on all quarter. Oh, Micken did it beautifully. Lamb tried to burst the pack and got a high one, and he takes the free kick. And the high tackle, even if it's accidental, Ian, they still get the free kick.
You're dead right, Peter. Clayton Lamb up towards Lindner, thumped away well by Kelly. Aerial ping pong. Smith back to Grosser, hooks in high. Warhurst getting up FAD against Scanlon. Bad football, Norwood. Bad football, given away an almost certain goal. Warhurst had it covered. Williams wasn't there, and he's got the free kick upfield about 12 metres out right in front. His third kick, his third goal, and oh boy, what a start for the Bloods. 6 goals without a miss. Norwood 2-2.
Well, I think the Redlegs are a little bit frustrated initially by the fierce tackling of the West Adelaide side, and you'll see on that occasion that the tackle on Grosser after he delivered the ball was terrible. And worst news for Norwood was that Warhurst had it covered, as Ian Day said. Williams wasn't going to get near it, and he got the free kick for a free after disposal and kicked his third goal. Yes, I'd agree, Ian, a fine start for West Adelaide. 6 without a miss in anyone's language before full time is a fine performance.
Centre bounce. Micken still in ruck. Michael Annie having a spell in ruck at the moment. Hine gone to full forward. Michael Annie has that habit of almost coming in on the check side. Ace gets it forward up towards Teal. Bounce wood aside. Over the top, Burgess. Quickly now a chance for Maynard. Hooks back but can't get his kick away. Or got his kick away but couldn't hook it back far enough under pressure. And that's gone well out of bounds on the full. Summit will bring it back into play. He's been given the task on Roberts. Usually is. Rosser. Lamb. McKinnon across to Filkey. Off the half back line come West Adelaide high. Lindner at the back or can't get started. Kelly missed. Borchard dropped the football. Kelly can't get rid of it, and the umpire has given a free kick, I think, for a high tackle. Yes, that was an interesting decision.
Lindner kept applying the tackle too, just to show the umpire where his arms were, and still couldn't change his mind. Lamb read it well, trying to pick the ball up now, and it's forced over the line. And once again, we can see Norwood's problems up forward. Roberts, their only goal scorer. On the other hand, West Adelaide have got a sprinkling with Morris, Williams and Smith. And Neil Baum continues to search for alternative methods for kicking goals. Grosser kicks over his head. Jenkins ran into a brick wall. Clayton Lamb to Borchardt. The runner is McKinnon. All he's got to do is get past Michael Annie, which he does. Williams is on a lead. Up he goes. Great mark, Lindner. Not Lindner, Williams. He's got a powerful pair of hands. Tom Warhurst just couldn't reach with the spoil. What a powerful running action McKinnon's got through the centre there. Michael Annie couldn't catch him. Williams is going to bring up the Bloods' first point. Hooked it across his body. The Bloods are 6-1, Norwood are 2-2.
He's infallible. Oh, he's fallible, I beg your pardon. Winter, into time on. He'll go short to Jenkins and or Warhurst. Oh, gee, that wasn't the best kick you've ever seen. Jenkins backs up for the handball. Keane will get it next. Chartor coming across. Randall Bennett could be dangerous. Keane has got Gallagher in support. Gallagher now with the ball centre wing. On the lead goes McIntosh, and that's beautifully put. If he can quite get there, not quite. Coming to meet at Hamilton. Oh, he ran through Hine. Back in defence. Burgess. Lamb. Summerton. West Adelaide cool in defence. Wobbles one high towards the half-forward line. Scanlon and Smith. Ticky-touch with that one. Free kick goes to Smith. Scanlon disappointed.
Smith's a bit tall for Scanlon in. I think it's worrying him because Scanlon's given away a couple of free kicks.
Morris gives the lead. He should mark it. Norwood defence in disarray at the moment. And Morris actually ducked back there when the pass wasn't out in front, in between two Norwood defensive players, and took an easy mark. Kick number 7 to Jeffrey Morris. Kick to goal. That's his second. Oh, what a goal. West Adelaide 7-1. Norwood 2-2.
When the ball came in, you could see the frustration on Scanlon's face. Smith, too much height. He's giving away a few centimetres. He was over the shoulder. I'd agree, a little bit technical, but it was there. And Smith's kick was a pinpoint one to Morris. Morris kicked his second. Borchardt playing a great game for the Bloods. He's already had 8 handballs. Neil Curley would be delighted. 7-1, Norwood 2-2.
Michael Annie coming in. You watch him go over that line as he comes. Well, he didn't have to chase it there, but the bounce was a bad one. But he almost comes in check side from that circle. Going through Randall Bennett. The Bloods in full flight up towards Williams and Warhurst again. Warhurst out in front this time. Williams gets it over the back. Keane, Winter, Norwood kick clear.
Dickinson and Lamb. No free kick. Dickinson is outnumbered. Lamb comes back on the ball. Now he's in trouble. Oh, McCarthy copped a high one. He's holding his head. I don't think the umpire actually saw it. Lamb, I think their heads may have clashed. And there'll be a bounce. Clayton Lamb is very groggy. The trainer out with him. There'll be a bounce, though, right in front of the grandstand area here at Norwood. Micken, late. Got it back, though. McKinnon. A long one out to Filkey. The handball puts him in trouble, but Bennett read it beautifully. The crumbs. Gave the ball away. Thomas. Back to McCarthy. And Norwood into attack. Morano in front. Read well by McIntosh. A long handball to Gallagher. That was well done. Gallagher's got an open space. Holds onto the ball for a long time. Gave it back to McIntosh. Caught as he kicked it. Hine is there. It rolls through. Hine didn't touch it. And McIntosh has got a much-needed one. 3-2 Norwood. West Adelaide 7-1.
Gee, when the first handball went out to Gallagher, I thought it was a lay-down misère as far as the goal was concerned, but Gallagher chose not to and tried to give it back to McIntosh, and West Adelaide were awake to the move, but a kick by McIntosh was very lucky in as much that it bounced through, but Norwood need all the luck they can get at the moment. 3-2 to 7-1.
Michael Annie coming right across Mark Micken. He gets the benefit of the bounce, or beaten by McKinnon. Aish fighting hard, gives it to his captain in Jenkins. That handball wasn't good. Borchardt playing well. A daisy cutter, Linder. Linder got it out, but it missed Morris. Morris has to back it up. Keane punched away by Grosser. Jenkins pushed in the back. The umpire indicates a high tackle, and Jenkins will take the free kick. Looks for and finds McCarthy. McCarthy's not a bad player. Over to Thomas. Short. Trying to find Teal. Couldn't. Back it goes to Morano. They're very close to the line. Morano makes a yard, though. He's going to have a shot at goal. It won't score. Roberts won't quite get there. Yes, he has. Has he kept it in? No, he hasn't. The umpires had a chat about that one, and they decided that it was out.
Almost 30 minutes gone in the first quarter. West Adelaide 7-1. The home side 3-2. Throw in right forward pocket. Norwood dearly need a goal before siren. Hine gets the tap down. Can't get it clear. Come away from Conlon. Out of play on the full. Norwood a free kick. Right in the right forward pocket. The breeze will be of slight assistance. David Dickinson puts it in the air, looking for the big tall fingers of Hine. Can't get it. Hine off the ground. He could have got it through. What's the umpire said? Touched off the fingers. Very close indeed. In fact, it could have gone through the point post. 3-3 Norwood, 7-1 West Adelaide.
They struggle up forward, Norwood, whereas West Adelaide don't. Player didn't have the ball on the way through. That was Scanlon. He's given away a couple of free kicks, but he finally gets one. He's a long way down from half back. He kicks over to the centre half forward area. Jimmy Teal hasn't been in the game. No mark, holding the ball. A free kick to West Adelaide as the siren goes, and Coach Curley.
Des Foster hasn't heard it. Des Foster did not hear that siren, Peter, and he was standing no more than 40 metres from it. Not to worry, quarter time, West Adelaide 7-1, Norwood 3-3. In the second quarter, McKinnon couldn't get it clear. The umpire said he's dropped the football, and big Neil Hine will take the free kick. Runs it across to Thomas, goes long. Not a lot of breeze here. Teal, or drop what he should have taken, try to butter up again for it, and the umpire will come in and bounce. Dreher and Teal, and just getting a little sensitive about something that's going on in the pack. We had one or two minor dust-ups in the first quarter, but nothing eventuated. As we mentioned then, and we repeat the fact that it's an important game for both teams. Only won one out of the 4 games between the two of them. Finished first and third in last season's premiership fight. Norwood on the bottom of the premiership table now, or close to it. Meccan gets the second tap away towards McIntosh. The umpire has picked up a free kick. It's going to Jim Michaelani, centre half forward. Puts it in the air. Teal's in there. Gets his hands to it. Gee, I thought he almost got that one. Play on. Ball comes out from Winner to Grosser. Gallagher wearing Grosser close to him, but the ball is forced over the line for a throw-in the left full forward pocket.
Norwood having trouble at centre half forward for some weeks now, and Jimmy Teal's a bit out of form, unfortunately, today. Micken, Michael Ennie from behind. Michael Aish. 2 kicks, 4 handballs first quarter. Well, Gallagher couldn't quite make that one. Maynard is dispossessed. Gallagher back. The handball is too quick for Aish. Not a good handball. Aish put down. Thomas. Who did he pick out? Burgess, it would appear. Not a good kick. Burgess clears away for West Adelaide. Morris, Smith, Lake. Couldn't take the mark. Hine or Scanlon nearly missed that ball. Norwood not handling the ball cleanly. Thomas, Keane. Keane wants Winter, finally gives it to him. Dickinson, Roberts. Roberts called Dickinson out and took the mark. Now watch for the short pass. Roberts loves it. Nothing forthcoming at this stage. He might be forced to go long, although sometimes he waits for the late short pass, as he did on that occasion. Didn't do it well though. Thomas, Lamb, back it comes Morano, Jimmy Teal, Aish, a chance for Norwood. Aish lines him up and puts it through. First goal, Aish. Norwood 4-3, West Adelaide 7-1.
Well, Norwood did it the hard way, but they got out of it. A fine goal by Michael Aish. Jim Teal, as Peter said, he's been a little bit down on form. He's got his hands to the ball on several occasions in tight spots in this part of the game, and he hasn't been able to complete anything from it. But on that occasion, a lightning handball to Aish gave Norwood their 4th goal.
I think the Norwood side is still a little bit shell-shocked from the opening with the tackling of West Adelaide, and their ball handling, they're not too confident with it. McIntosh, the handball away, finds Thomas. Here we go to centre half forward. Dreher in front, punching away. Teal, Summerton. That goes over Gallagher. Gallagher still not fully fit. McIntosh. The tackle is too long. McIntosh will take the free kick. And that was well done. He handballed it clear, and Bennett wasn't quite sure about the handball, and he applied the tackle. His favourite boy out here, McIntosh. It's a fine kick to centre half forward. In comes the pack. Grosser waited for it. Michael Ennie It's held to him, and there'll be a bounce.
Half forward line, still a little bit of ill feeling out there. West Adelaide by 16 points. Michael Annie gets the thump away, couldn't get it in the direction of a Norwood player, and it's Borchardt that puts it out for the bounce to suit Filkey. Winter quickly in on the scene as well. Filkey did it well and grabbed high. Gruntley Filkey named in a forward pocket. Whether he's playing there on the wing is problematical. Grosser, Hamilton rebounding off the half-back line. The Bloods go into attack. High up towards full forward. Warhurst, Williams. Warhurst being held by Williams. And that player will take his free kick. Gee, the crowd like that one. Certainly Adrian forced to please the Norwood crowd on that occasion. Neil Hine.
Well, he has a bounce, the big chap. And he kicks long, looking for Dickinson. Oh, he recovered beautifully, Dickinson. Michael Aish on a lead, but it's cut off by Hamilton. Wasn't the best kick away. Hamilton did it well to intercept. And again, he comes across the field to Grosser. Morano hasn't picked him up of late. Grosser's got a couple of easy ones on grandstand side. Morano will have to come back. Conditions perfect here at Norwood. Smith on a lead. It goes through his hands. The littlest legs in the league of Conlon. He's put down, and there'll be a ball in. They're playing 4 small ones today in West Adelaide.
Yes, Peter. Conlon is a player that hasn't found his 83 form yet, and West Adelaide perhaps looking for more from that player, an experienced player. Filkey's been playing well. A free kick has gone the way of Neil Hine, and the big no against Neil Hine will go to Craig Williams. Williams well out from goal. The breeze is favouring him. He could conceivably get the distance from here. Certainly going to try. Not one of his better kicks, going in very low up towards Morris, off the fingers. McCarthy under pressure. Jenkins rode that one well. Oh, Justin Scanlon went in hard. Down they go. Called to play on. Umpire forced her in for the bounce. Stephen King with the ball. Lindner over the top. And a bounce down about centre half forward.
Warhurst a little bit lucky there, Ian. He just about dropped that ball.
Williams gets the tap away, looking for Lindner. McKinnon, Filkey, Grosser, 45 metres out, puts it up in the air. Chance here, shepherding going on. Close, could be a goal. What a fine performance. Grosser's first. West Adelaide's 8. 8-1, plays 4-3.
Grosser has played very well this quarter. He's made fine position. A couple of times he's got out onto the open. On that occasion, from 50 metres out, he lined them up, and it just made the distance. But that's West Adelaide's first goal for this second quarter. They lead 8-1 to Norwood 4-3.
6 minutes into the second quarter. 7 actually. Hine tried to grab it rather than knock it. Thomas lost possession of it. McGinnon playing well in centre field. Lamb gets it out. It wasn't a good one. McCarthy can't control it. Big Hine swoops on it well, but in the meantime, the new recruit from Victoria, Stephen McCarthy, gets the free kick. Comes out towards Thomas, centre wing.
Thomas struggling to get into the game. Not a good kick around the body. Maynard fights well for it, then does it well again to Kelly. Kelly is caught holding the ball. That was pretty quick. The umpire's going to let it play on. Conlon, Smith's behind. He waits for the opportunity, gets it, then misses the ball completely. McCarthy is leg, but he'd already got it clear. The umpire lets Hine play on. Jenkins looks for Gallagher, and that's a superb kick. Gallagher recovers after the mistake. Then he's put down. Conlon short, looking for Bennett, but doesn't find that player. Maynard. Aish. No, he didn't mark the ball. Recovered well, loses the headgear. Hamilton played it pretty tough on that occasion. Aish's leg. Didn't really see it, but he played on and gave it to Gallagher. He genuflects, gets up, puts the ball in the air. The wind takes it across, and he scores a point. 4-4 to West Adelaide 8-1. I didn't see the legging on Aish, Ian. Did you pick it up?
No, Peter, I didn't. But he worked hard enough for the free kick, Peter. Gee, put a lot of effort into there, courage personified. And it was bad luck for Gallagher. It looked a beautiful shot for goal, but the wind gusted at the wrong time. McKinnon covering plenty of ground. Thomas against Lamb, hasn't got the pace to go with him. Puts it high to the half-forward line. McKinnon under it again. Fine mark. Gee, this boy's come of age. Going to hear a lot more of this young man before many years have gone past. His 7th kick being taken by Smith centre field. Borchardt goes one way and Lindner goes the other. Filkey there as well. Well put. He puts it out long. Morris might not get there. Warhurst charges to meet it, runs the gauntlet, gets the kick away towards centre wing, but he was pushed offline at the last moment and the kick finds Randall Bennett.
Bennett, a good player for West Adelaide, particularly last year. Morris in front. Williams called him out and Morris let his big colleague take a mark. Well, there's no doubt that the West Adelaide forward setup looks a lot better with Bruce Lindner there, because you can see even now the improved form of Morris. He likes having big Bruce there. Kick into the teeth of goal, a big leap from behind from Hine. Couldn't take the mark. The umpire has given the all clear for a point. He seems to make a difference, doesn't he, Ian, when he's in the side, Bruce Lindner?
Very important player, as is Smith. Their half-forward line looks good with Smith, Lindner and Jeffrey Morris, Peter. Or that could go close to the line on the full. Kelly can't get there. A free kick to West Adelaide. A long kick by Warhurst, but gee, that breeze must be gusting in pretty strong out there on the ground. Swirling around all over the place as Lindner wobbles one back short. Winter almost. Gee, he made hard work of that, but it wasn't an easy one to judge as the wind wobbled the ball around. Winter from the back pocket.
A good player. Gee, they've shifted him around a bit though. First game this year, full forward. Jenkins in front, made good position, no mark. McCarthy gets it clear. Oh, Micken, the magician. Well done, the big chap. Here's a chance for Lamb. The kick away, not a good one. In front is Warhurst. Oh, fine diving mark from the big fullback. He'll swing it across to the grandstand side. McIntosh blocks that completely. Applies the tackle. Bruce Lindner picks it up. Tries to get the handball out to Borchardt. He could do nothing with it. Kelly goes down and you'll find that he will be free kicked. Is that Kelly? Yes, it is. Big Craig Kelly.
Kelly in the back pocket. Norwood hanging on for grim life. Oh, fine mark, Maynard. Very promising young man is this. Still in his teens as he comes away from the half-back line, kicks in high. Aisha's going to get a lead. Oh, he got up high, Micken in front. Wouldn't be at all surprised if H got his hands on the ball first, but he couldn't sustain the leap. Micken had the advantage of the centimetres, of course, as he goes back towards Kelly, a strong young man, also in his teens, and he's got the ball on the half-back line. Two former schoolmates at Prince Alfred College, and Kelly and Maynard looking after one another there. Kelly up towards Teal. He got edged right underneath the ball, and it tumbles out of play. A fine first quarter, but a bit scraggly in this quarter. West Adelaide 8-2, Norwood 4-4.
We're past the 10-minute mark. Ball in. Micken doing fine work again for West Adelaide. He beat the big chap from Norwood, number 31 on that occasion, Michael Ennie. Through Bennett, he couldn't stop the kick as Norwood go forward. Teal, Roberts, Morano tries to push it further afield but couldn't. Candleftis gave it back to Summerton. They're out of trouble. In front, Winter couldn't take the mark. Stephen Keane gives it back to Hine. He played it well, got a push in the back, and will take the free kick.
Gee, the big fella's gained mobility this year, I reckon, Peter, and he's a much improved player.
I'd agree with that, Ian. Thomas, Aish, couldn't take the mark. A fine punch away by Winter. Dickinson sees it go over the line for a ball in. Yes, I think you're right. He's got the mobility. He even bounced the ball along the boundary line a little while ago, and I think Micken's probably improved his mobility a bit too.
Winter over the top, tried to hook it back. He got it to Michael Aish. Michael Aish is called to play on. Trying to break through. Michael Annie. McKinnon at the bottom of the pack. Michael Annie goes back in, but the umpire will bounce on Norwood's half-forward right flank. Almost up to centre wing. Micken and Michael Annie. Aish can't. Dickinson. Michael Annie nowhere to go. Micken swoops it out. Grantley Filkey. Hard football over there. Dickinson again. Dispossessed. And the umpire said he's out of play. Pretty hard to get clear out there at the moment. Both sides tackling fiercely. Micken and Michael Annie at the throw-in. Mickens tap away, finds Conlon, left foot to the half-forward line. If the bounce suits Smith there, he's in business. He's clear, wants to pass off to Morris, gets round on that left leg, puts it in high, going to be close, just the wrong side of the post, however. Williams watching it through all the way, 1 point the Bloods.
Oh, he's a good player, Smith, and a danger player too. Warhurst, Morano, bit of looseness. Lindner in pursuit, just gets there, or Kelly made the mistake. Micken gave it off to Lindner. Lindner will have to give it back. He's caught, gets a high one, a bit lucky. He plays it on. That's a grubber, but it goes through to Morris. Over to Conlon. Conlon hooks around the body, very close to the goal line. On the last line of defence, it's Bruce Winter. He plays it on and gives it to his captain in Jenkins. He wants his opponent to go back. Jenkins will finally take his kick. He held that play out for a long time. Clayton Lamb, a good mark. A fine pair of hands is Clayton Lamb. Kicks it into centre half forward. Smith out in front, let it go. Hine, Morano. Morano kicks out into the open space. McCarthy for Norwood in front. Had his legs taken from under him, then pushes Summerton right into the brickwork. And that is a little bit dangerous. Player's still a little bit toey in.
Sure, he's given away a free kick. It's against McCarthy. Reckner's on for West Adelaide. Didn't see who went off, but it's Summerton's free kick high to the half-forward line. Big Hine, another free kick. This time it's for Micken. Norwood starting to give away foolish frees at the moment, becoming just a little bit frustrated. And it's Mark Micken to put the Bloods right up towards the square. From the half-forward flank, he's going in short to Borchard, and that's a good pass. Borchard elects to play on, puts it in the air, not going to score. Warhurst comes out, strong mark. Playing well, despite the opposition from Williams, who kicked 3 in the first quarter. Norwood mucking around, could lose it. Grosser, Jenkins over the top, line ball. West Adelaide quickly recovered the situation there, and a bounce down will take place, left full forward pocket.
That wasn't good, Ian. They conceded a lot of ground. Scanlon went way back to Warhurst then, and you've got to be confident to make those sort of things work. Keane ducked the head. Finally, Norwood out of trouble. H on the end of the handball. Jimmy Till, can he get one? Yes, he can. Gets a bit of a cheer. He plays it on, though, but only as far as Burgess. The Norwood forward work, not as good as West Adelaide, but they're still in the game. That's a high ball from Burgess. Summerton, Gallagher ran past the pack. Maynard, Roberts, on to Gallagher, back to Roberts, McIntosh. They did it well then, Norwood. Jimmy Till makes an open space, and he's got it. Geez, goal shooting will need to be spot on for a goal from here. Puts it up in the air. No, a point only. And Norwood are now 4-5 to the Bloods 8-3.
Hard to know where to shoot that ball, Peter. It's gusting around so much, but it went exactly where he kicked it. He didn't veer at all. Kick in by Winter. Keane couldn't judge it at all. Morris, if it sits for him, can't keep it in play. 17 minutes into the second quarter. West Adelaide by 22 points. Kicking with any breeze there is. Norwood hanging in there. Borchard with strength to the half-forward line, but it's Winter back there on his lonesome. Looks for Hine. No, maybe Teal out in front. Winter can't bring it down. Teal's got it, but he can't get out. Morano can't either. McCarthy under pressure. Well tackled. Candlelafters. West Adelaide just too strong in that department. And Fantatop gets it from half-back flank.
McCarthy making a couple of mistakes this quarter. Candlelafters to Williams. Williams playing better today. Smith at centre half forward. Oh, waiting behind was Grosser. A good effort. Short he goes. Reckner. There's some looseness there. Reckner took advantage of it and came in and took the mark. Hasn't played league football for a while, Stevie Reckner. Lines it up. That's a fine kick for goal if it makes the distance. No, it's touched. Warhurst came in very late. touched it before it went through, and West Adelaide are now 8-4 to Norwood 4-5.
Reckner's replaced Conlon, Peter.
Thank you, Ian.
Warhurst undecided which side to go. He gets a lead from Michael Annie on the outer side. Also out there is Jenkins, but a good mark pulled down by Clayton Lamb. He's winning his wing on the outer side there. Pops it up in the air for Williams. Good mark. Gee, got it out in front of him, but he just got his fingertips to it, and he's got it 40 metres out in front. Williams kicked 3 in the first quarter, having a run on the ball. Kick number 7, 8 coming up. Micken having a well-earned rest at full forward. Williams' kick has been hooked offline. 1 point only, West Adelaide. 8-5 to 4-5.
Strangely, Ian, in this quarter, West Adelaide have only kicked 1 goal, and so have Norwood. As against that first quarter when 10 goals were kicked. Winter kicks off. I think that Bruce Lindner thought that no one had touched it. In fact, he's right. He's got the free kick. Short, Morris. That was a perfect kick from Lindner. He found Jeffrey Morris, and this man is capable of kicking a long ball. Stephen Keem is standing the mark. Kick number 8 coming up for Jeff Morris. It's his first kick this quarter, though. He's had a fine first quarter. He's found it hard to get into the game, but normally a fine shot at goal. No exception. 3 goals, Morris. West Adelaide 9-5, Norwood 4-5.
Lindner having a quiet return to football. Peter's already told you, or we've agreed just how important he is to West Adelaide. He's had 5 kicks and a couple of handballs, taken 2 marks as well, but gee, that was a fine pass. It was spot on to Morris. It had to be that accurate. It was, and Morris's conversion put West Adelaide's 9th on the board.
There's one of the players who's lifted West Adelaide today, Craig Williams. Gets left hand of the ball. Borchardt got it from Grosser. Reckner will be too short for that one. It's a big leap from Danny Jenkins. 21 minutes into the second quarter. He used Reckner as a stepladder then. Shoots off to Keem. Well done on that occasion by Filkey. Thomas came in and smothered the ball, and there'll be a bounce down. West Adelaide are leading by 5 goals, and that's a big lead at this stage of the game.
Half forward, left flank, bounce down. The Bloods in attack. Williams gets it to Lamb, can't get it clear. Handball out, come towards Jenkins. It came for McCarthy, now it's Dickinson. Dickinson will give Gallagher a chance, he's clear at centre wing. Puts it up in the air for Hine, the big fellow's underneath it. 1, 2 grabs, he's got it! Stood his ground well. Winter giving away quite a few centimetres to the bean pole. Hine didn't get it at the first grab, but stood his ground well. Got it as it was coming down, and he's got it 30 metres out. Norwood desperate for a goal. Third kick to Hine. It's a nice one, starting to go away quickly now, but he's edged it through. His first goal. 5-5 the legs, trail West Adelaide 9-5.
It's an interesting study as that ball came in. You have to feel sorry for a fullback that's giving away large numbers of centimetres to an opposing player. He did everything to stop the mark, but Hine, a couple of grabs, he was able to convert.
Michael Annie tries to edge around in that check side position, but Williams gets the thump away towards half forward line, and Smith got the ball on the left leg, puts it up looking for Big Mick, and Warhurst there as well. Thumped away. Here's a chance now for Reckner into the open goal, blazes away. Goal Reckner, his first. West Adelaide into double figures.
No doubt about a true rover. Reckner is a true rover. He's an orthodox rover. He roved it very well then. The ball came off hands, and with his second kick he brought up his first goal. West Adelaide regained that 5-goal ascendancy, and it's going to be very hard for Norwood to peg them back, particularly in view of the fact that they haven't really got a good forward setup.
Well, I can't see how it's improved, Peter, but when you have a look across the half-forward line, Aish, Maynard and Teal, they ought to be winning more touches. They got the talent there, but they're just simply not. Lamb having a field day for West Adelaide. McKinnon hooks it round the corner into the lead now of Lindner. That's good football, West Adelaide. Starting to run brilliantly. Lindner came to meet the ball, gave Kelly no chance at all. Bruce Lindner will eat the distance. Kick number 6. Getting stronger as the game progresses. Kick underway, fading away with the breeze. Offline for a point. West Adelaide 10-6, Norwood 5-5, 23 minutes into the second quarter.
Interesting to note that Norwood have persisted with Keith Thomas in the middle. McKinnon is beating him, and McKinnon's kick to Linder then was spot on. Warhurst looking for Scanlon. Smith is there, so is Lamb onto the right boot. Here's a chance for Micken in front. Linder off hands, onto the boot. Oh, what a great goal. A lot of opposition. Tremendous work by Linder. That's his first. West Adelaide now 11-6 to Norwood 5-5.
Yes, he beat two Norwood defenders in Warhurst, and I think it was also Kelly to the ball there. It could have even been Bruce Winter, but they struck one another, and Winter he looked like he was going to be a little slow to get rid of the ball, but jammed it onto his boot quickly, and West Adelaide just full of running at the moment and showing Norwood a clean pair of heels.
Smith at centre half forward now for the Bloods. Linder appears to be in a forward pocket. Thomas off hands. Aish, that's an open space for the Norwood champion, and he takes the mark. But again, Norwood are held up as they go into attack. Kick number 7 for Aish. Roberts late on the scene. Summerton smashes away. Filkey showing a lot of pace. Williams, McKinnon, the handball not a good one. McKinnon tries to barge through Michael Annie. It didn't work. Williams gave it to Cantalaftis. Morris, gee, they're a top side today, West Adelaide. Morris's kick is superb. Through the middle it goes. Morris now has 3 goals from 4 goals I think he's got, in fact, Morris. 12-6 West Adelaide, Norwood 5-5.
Oh, that's superb running handball now, West Adelaide. They're just starting their attacks on the half-back line and just running it forward. Players starting to stream down. Now we're starting to see the side that went premiers in 1983. And, well, maybe it simply was just fatigue that's produced their poor performance last week. But at the moment, they're playing brilliant football.
Big Jim, you're going to have to lift. Williams, Michael Annie got it away. Roberts way down from the forward pocket, wins a free kick. Roberts comes right down to the square for the bouncers, and he runs in very quickly. But it's just about a one-man forward line in terms of scoring potential, and that's a good effort. Gee, learned his lesson from the last one that came in. He plays it on for Reckner. Reckner's got Clayton Lamb if you can see him. He can. Clayton Lamb's got it now. Short. Filkey. Oh, this is a massacre at the moment. Filkey's got far too much pace for Winter. Onto the left boot. Mark, Micken and Warhurst. Micken recovers better, but it rolls out.
Too much pace, West Adelaide. Playing brilliant football. Throw in, left forward pocket. Micken. Having the luxury of a long spell in the forward lines. Such is the brilliance of West Adelaide. Michael Annie in front, try to hook it back. In goes Linder. Filkey against the tide, gets it out. Grosser waiting for the crumbs. Here's another one. Oh, I think he's missed. Offline, 1 point. West Adelaide getting opportunity after opportunity. 12-7 to 5-5.
They're too good, West Adelaide, at the moment. Their attitude is clearly superior as well. They really want the ball, and they're getting there first. Warhurst kicks off. Borchardt appeared to be in the back of McIntosh. Linder is grabbed. He didn't have it. There's one thing about Bruce too. When the free kick's on, he makes it fairly clear. The ball is in the grandstand at the moment. This will be his 6th kick for this second quarter. 9 for the day. And one can well understand him being a little bit tired at this stage. It's his first game for the year.
14 off, 10 off.
He'll take plenty of time about it too. It's like Lester Ross is coming on for the Norwood side. Linder, no, he didn't get the spotty right behind that kick. It's a point only, and West Adelaide at 12-8, Norwood 5-5. McIntosh off in. I don't think he's injured, but he hasn't played well, has he?
Once again, Peter, it's what I mentioned earlier on this morning. Norwood are in trouble with the smaller players from other sides cutting them to pieces, and maybe it's their running players who are simply not checking enough Warhurst kick in, goes towards Michael Annie in front of Williams, who thumps the ball away. Keane can't get it, neither can Thomas. Keane in cleverly out to Big Jim. He's going to get run down. Gets a handball out, Dickinson. Dickinson to the half-forward line. Dreher there using his body. Teal out in front. Big Jim's got nowhere to go. The ball is held to him, however, and the umpire will come in and bounce between wing and centre on the outer side. Norwood simply haven't got those running players going up through the next attacking line. Williams can't find it. A throw out, and a free kick will go the way of West Adelaide's Randall Bennett. Check side of centre line. Lindner on the move. It's going towards that player. He's going to get a leap away. No, he's knocked down by Scanlon. And an interesting decision given by Forster. Said it was when the ball possibly wasn't within 5 metres. Lindner's allowed to play on. Kicks in long. Warhurst getting back desperately, but the ball is offline in any case. And West Adelaide get another point. Gee, they could have kicked a cricket score this quarter, Peter. They've kicked 7 goals, 8 to Norwood's 2 goals, 2.
Yeah, they are far superior, Ian. And gee, when you look at Lindner, he's actually having those shots at goal. If he kicked straight, he would, even up till now, be a far more effective player. That's against Regner, plus the 15 against Regner. McCarthy, the free kick. It's a brick wall, though, here at half-back. Norwood just can't run it through there. Jimmy Till takes a belated mark as the siren goes. West Adelaide's quarter. 12-9 to Norwood 5-5. West Adelaide lead by 46 points. A big lead. Hine beaten by Micken. Jarvis on the ground for the Norwood side. Andrew Jarvis. Roberts. Well, he got a high one, Roberts. He's still on the ground. He's holding his chin. The ball comes out to Aish. He wheels out of trouble and gives it to McIntosh. McIntosh taken off the ground late in that second quarter. Philip Gallagher. Jarvis. He's a good goal shooter normally, Jarvis. That's a floater. Candlelactis underneath the ball and takes a good mark. The kick out from the back pocket player. In front and holding his ground appears to be Burgess.
He got 15 metres, but he also got the ball over to Winter as West Adelaide's go forward, back towards midfield. Smith can't mark it all. Grantley Filkey wants the handball, but Smith gets it round the corner to Williams. Lindner, Morris, Stephen Keane grabbed high, not given the free kick. Smith in again, left the footy behind. Back now to Filkey. The umpire still didn't see that high tackle, and this time he's going to give it. Well, he gave it belatedly.
Very late.
I thought he hadn't seen it for the moment, Peter, but Bruce Lindner has got a free kick for a high tackle. Obviously, he was unsighted about the one on Stephen Keane. The face of the leading coach at the moment, 12-9 to 5-5. He'd be a lot happier than he has been in recent weeks. But I thought Stephen Keane, maybe they didn't give it to him because he ducked a bit. Williams! Oh, I think he's going to pay the mark. Well done. He came from the clouds to get that. There appeared to be 2 Norwood players set to take that mark as Williams came through over the top and pulled down a fine mark. Had a great first quarter. Kicked 3 in about the first 10 minutes. That's his 4th. He likes that end. 13-9 West Adelaide, 5-5 the legs.
Well, the umpire, or both umpires, have let it go, and when Bruce Lindner went down initially, he was tackled high. The umpire didn't appear to pay that one. He appeared to wait and give it very late. But better was yet to come for West Adelaide because Craig Williams, coming in very late, took a fine mark and converted. 5-5 the Red Leagues, the Bloods 13-9.
Micken against Hine. McIntosh appears to be playing centre for Norwood. Thomas gets them clear, kicks into no man's land, coming to meet it. Jarvis got a bad bounce, so did Candlelactis. Coming through strongly, Winter, or was that Burgess? Winter it was, goes down in a heap. The umpire coming in to adjudicate and will bounce. Bad bounce there against both Norwood forward pocket player. It could have been McCarthy. Peter, did you pick up who dashed him to meet the ball?
Couldn't pick it up, Ian.
Rosser finished up going for the knock there, stockered by Burgess. Gee, that's a great place kick, something like 45 metres. Getting back on it was Kelly, supported by Keane. Off Jenkins, back to Jenkins in the 1-2. McIntosh is next. Jarvis wants it, but he'll go back to Jenkins. Jarvis out wider still as the legs start to run the ball. Put it in high in towards full forward. Michael Annie can't bring it down. The back of the pack. Oh, a heavy tackle put on Canalapis. Down goes the Norwood defender. West Adelaide defenders. Burgess kicks clear. Centre field and high.
The big chap takes a strong mark. He gives it over to Keem. Keem goes long. Here's another chance for Norwood. The big pack forms. Michael Annie late. Couldn't mark the ball. The kick off the ground. McKinnon. A fine handball to Clayton Lamb. That's not a good kick, but it gives Smith the chance. He just reaches it before it rolls over. Very cool. So is Winter. Poor chap not happy with the handball, and thought he's going to have a chat to Smith then, but he didn't. We'll see a ball in. Mark Micken. Hine, well done down to Aish. Didn't need to give it to Thomas. His kick was smothered. Bruce Linder caught holding the ball. It's a good decision from umpire Des Foster.
Top tackle by Michael Aish.
Certainly was, Ian. Michael Aish, not one of his biggest days. Oh, big leap there by Maynard. He's done that a couple of times today. Actually, a couple of his earlier leaps weren't good, but he's improved as the day's gone on. Roberts didn't get off the ground. Michael Annie and Winter see it go over. I would say that the West Adelaide people will be pretty happy about Linder, though. He's had 4 or 5 shots for goal, and he's done some good work. Jimmy Teal late. Clayton Lamb dummied the handball. They clear West Adelaide. Aish low to the ground. A good mark. You just can't dominate the game today, Aish, because at close quarters West Adelaide's tackling is too fierce. That was his 9th kick. Normally has plenty more at this stage. Keem, big leap, Roberts. Gee, went early. Burgess. Teal. The tackle is on McCarthy. I think you'll find it's high, and a free kick will result. Gee, he's not going to get up either by the look of him. He's in a lot of trouble. Very groggy. Very groggy. Normally a kick at goal makes you feel a lot better.
I don't think he knows where he is, Peter.
The runner's on the way out to him. He's gone down again on his knees, I think. I think I know who'll get the free kick. Roberts. Now Teal's got it. Ian, the West Adelaide players I don't think they were aware of that.
Peter, they lost concentration for sure. I don't think they realised, hello, a stretcher for McCarthy. That's not good.
Teal lines up. His first shot at goal for the day. That's his first goal. Norwood at 6-5, West Adelaide 13-9. Unfortunately a stretcher. It looks like concussion on the young lad McCarthy, but I agree with Ian Day. West Adelaide completely lost concentration, and that resulted in a goal to Norwood.
Bad news, Peter. I think they'll possibly stop the game here while McCarthy is stretched it off, although he's very close to the line down there. They could take him around the ground, depending on the state of the boy, whether it's, of course, that's very close to the players' race. Umpire Foster just looking down ground. McCarthy's actually up. Gee, I suppose you could say he's up. I'm all right. Go away. I don't need it. That's embarrassing when the stretcher comes out, and at least he should go off and be checked by the doctor. But he's got to go off through the players' race, or he's not allowed to come back into the game. Anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch, Foster bounces the ball. We're back in play.
Aish. Centre half forward, Summerton. He comes out with it miraculously. Rennie is onto the ground for West Adelaide. He did that well against Keem. Here's another chance. Smith. Smith will line them up from a long way out. The umpire watches it sail over the head. 3 goals now, Smith, from his 10th kick. A fine performance, and West Adelaide are doing it very easily. They're 14-9 now to Norwood 6-5.
You were mentioning the fact that West Adelaide would be happy with the return of Linder. Well, how about Mike Smith? Gee, with Linder and Smith across the half-forward line, and I think Jeffrey Morris is off the ground at the moment. He's on the bench, whether he's been injured or not, but whilst he was firing in that first half, they look to have a tremendous outer attacking line.
Micken. He got the punch away. Gallagher is clean bowled by that one. Smith ran past it. Clayton Lamb tackled someone who never had it. Roberts. Thomas. Gallagher. He saw the hand go up. That was McCarthy. under the ball. Smashing away is Burgess. Bennett leads in the race. Oh, they're too good, West Adelaide. They're too quick. Filkey looking for Smith. Over the top. He's got it now onto the left boot. He's going to kick another one. All 4 goals, Smith. Is he ever casual about his football? 15-9 now, the Bloods. Norwood 6-5.
Peter, that could be the end of the penny section. West Adelaide simply playing too well. And even when they were thumping North in that final quarter down at Richmond Oval 3 weeks ago, I don't think I saw them play as well as this then. And I'm certain this is the best form that we've seen from them in 1984. It's going back to their best in 83. Just running the ball. Players with confidence in one another, streaming downfield.
Well, let's see if they can do it again, or more particularly, let's see if Norwood can stem the tide. Hine got it away, but again, they're far too pacey around the centre, with Filkey doing it as he pleases. To Rennie. No doubt about Filkey, he's a very quick player. Borchardt gave a little nudge to Winter there, not seen. Borchardt skies one over the top. McKinnon caught, threw the ball away, and the umpire is going to give Jarvis a free kick.
Jarvis from centre half back. Rennie on to the half forward line in place of Jeffrey Morris. As I mentioned, he's been interchanged. Jarvis gets 15 metres, and he'll come over to Hine and or Stephen McCarthy. Now we'll see whether the young lads recover okay. Back to Keemore. He's put that fellow under pressure. That's Danny Jenkins. Goes to the half forward line. Gallagher, good mark. Gallagher will go to Till, who is slightly flat-footed. Jams it onto the boot. Could have been touched off it. The umpire calling to play on. Reckner back in defence. Ross gives chase, but Reckner scoots one out towards centre wing, and Rennie. Keem can't catch him. Ida Grosser. He is right on the centre wing at the moment as West Adelaide's going to attack through that player. They lead from all directions. Borchardt gives one. He's well shepherded by Smith. Slipped it over to Filkey. Watch him burn off now. Lost the footing. Smith a chance. Kicked 2 already this quarter on the left leg. Gallagher can't catch him. He's going to have to concede ground. Not a good effort. Kelly with a chance to clear. Winter wanted the ball, but Kelly kicks long to the half-forward line. Maynard up high. Summerton
tries to clear, balks, then tries to give it to Filkey and finds him. Reckner's on his own. Too far for that player. Bruce Linder comes in. Back on the right boot. Kicked around the body, but way offline. A point. 15-10 West Adelaide. Norwood 6-5. Linder's kicked a few points in. I have 1-4 he's kicked. Gee, under some circumstances, he'd have 5, wouldn't he?
Yes, Peter, I think, as you mentioned so rightly early, he's just, Curley would be so happy to have him back playing well. Ross up, hooks the wrong side of the post. Norwood defence in tatters at the moment as West Adelaide just pepper their goal at will. 15 goals, 11 to 6-5. Warhurst. Towards Hine. Micken, or Borchardt judged the ball superbly. Smith is in the centre. Too late, Kelly. He thought he'd Gordon once again. Well, when he's taken a mark, Peter, isn't he entitled to play off? It's not a free kick. The umpire didn't let him, so obviously he's not on that occasion, but the mark was paid. And
he was, in fact, over his mark when he picked it up, Ian, but I must admit...
Well, my argument is if you mark the ball, you're entitled to play on in any case. Now, if the umpire's paid the mark, he should be able to go off, but obviously the umpire didn't see it that way. Hine, Justin Scanlon, Jenkins.
Out of defence to McCarthy. Keem. The Norwood are still trying, but they lack a bit of pace and know-how, unfortunately. Good mark there is taken by Michael Annie. Haven't seen much of him. He puts Ross in trouble. Roberts tries to push it through, but can't. Summerton gets rid of it, looking for Borchardt. Jimmy Teal is there. Micken does it well. Reckner gives Borchardt another chance. And even the West Adelaide skipper is finessing. Oh, Bennett went down. That was a high one. The umpire should have let it go to advantage, though. Well, that was only a point to Micken, so it'll come back to Bennett. Gee, Craig Williams has 4. Smith has 4. Morris has 4. And Linda's had 5 shots for 1-4.
Norwood frustrated.
Roger Luders is not even playing. Nor is Larry Watson. Still got a couple out, West Adelaide. Short goes Bennett. Not a good kick to Linder. Oh, how well done was that. Back into the pack now. How could Scanlon get the free kick then, Ian?
He was behind.
I'm nonplussed.
Umpire Forster said, in fact, that it was Linder who used his arm to interfere with Scanlon. Now, it appeared to me, into the naked eye up here, that he stood his ground and just took what you called, and rightly so, in my humble opinion, a good mark. Jenkins. Andrew Jarvis on the left leg, fires in a long one. That's a nice-looking kick, hit the post. Not Norwood's day. 6-6 plays 15-11.
Poor old Bruce Linder is still trying to work out how he gave that free kick away, but still, he can do almost anything. He can probably give a free kick away from being in front. Oh, great mark, Hine. The tallest man on the ground. I guess we should have taken the mark. He appears to be in a bit of pain.
Long way to come down from where he got to, Peter.
His fourth kick coming up. He's had 9 handballs. He's done a lot of work. Oh, Roberts went sky-hooking over the pack. Gee, that's as high as I've seen Neville Roberts get for a while, but he didn't come down with the ball. Filkey. Short. Smith. Back to Filkey. Bruce Linder will want this one. He recovers beautifully onto the left boot. That won't be a goal. It missed by a mile, but Bruce is having a pretty good day in my view, Ian, for first up.
Peter, well, we all know he's a top player, and he's coming back pretty quickly. 12 kicks he's had, and as Peter told you, he kicked 1 goal 4, which probably is only academic, because West Adelaide are playing so well and leading easily. Reckner fighting hard for the ball. Grosser likewise. Reckner goes back in again. Out it comes. Snapped away there by Big Mick, and I think he's booted a goal. Or do you think he's happy about it either? The big fellow's first. West Adelaide 16-11, Norwood 6-6.
Well, there was a fair bit of congestion there in the forward line, and Bruce Linder tried to pick it up at one stage, but finally it was Micken in a cluster of players, got it to the boot and scored the goal. And Coach Curley would, he's always got that outward appearance of being worried, but he would be delighted at the moment.
Have you ever seen him look happy at a football match, Peter? Only after we've beaten the Vicks, I think. Randall Bennett bombs his way through. Hamilton grabbed high, takes the free kick at centre-half back. Richard Hamilton, who we've seen more as a centre player and a half-forward flanker, is playing on a half-back flank this afternoon, obviously in place of the injured Larry Watson. Kelly having a torrid afternoon, as is most of the Norwood players. Are very frustrated chasing Guernseys, and nothing worse when you're a defender, watching them just come down handballing from one to the other, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Gee, the deficit is now 65 points. It's a cakewalk here at the parade. Board chart, still managed to get the handball away. Filkey. He's having a top quarter, Filkey. Have a look at that. He's conceded ground, but he's found a player. Smith wants it. No, Grosser saw him come back the other way. He's changed his mind on 3 occasions now. In the final analysis, he missed Smith. Gee, I tell you what, Bennett held his ground well then. A bit unlucky against Warhurst, but Bennett held his ground. The high tackle was there. Warhurst didn't mean it, because he's a very fair player, Warhurst. He's a ball player. Bennett. Oh, that's a top kick. That's a goal. Randall Bennett has his first, and West Adelaide are doing it as they like. 17-11 now to Norwood 6-6.
It's a powerful performance. Their defence is tight. Their centre line is winning handsomely. They're getting the ball away from the centre with consummate ease. Their half-forward line is in brilliant touch at the moment, and Norwood can simply do no right.
Craig Williams, he's done a lot more rucking today, and I think he's found his confidence now. He's kicked 4 goals as well. Vash to centre half forward. In comes Rennie. Gallagher beats him to the punch. Scanlon was nonplussed then. Smith to Rennie. Rennie gave it to Ross. Boundary line, a ball in.
Peter, the half-forward line of West Adelaide have had a total of 32 kicks.
Yes, that tells a story, Ian. They've kicked plenty of goals too. McIntosh, rarely sighted. Cantalaftis. Grosser. A quick kick away. Scanlon one hand out, couldn't stop it. Oh, he kept it in then, Lindner. It's out now, though. 17-11 to 6-6. 8 West Adelaide players have kicked goals. Only 4 Norwood players, and as Ian Day said, that West Adelaide half-forward line is dominant.
Michael Annie and Micken. Micken's tapped. Scanlon tackled by... Who's that in there?
Bruce Lindner.
Bruce Lindner, it is. In underneath all those arms and legs, and the umpire will come in and bounce the ball. In the left full forward pocket of the Bloods. Michael Annie, cleverly, Gallagher, onto the boot of Lester Ross. Thomas edged under the ball by Cantalaftis. Williams does it well. He's got Filkey well clear. Gee, watch them run this one. He could probably have a free against McKinnon. McKinnon is suggesting to umpire Foster that he wasn't guilty at all, that McIntosh was in fact holding him. He wasn't holding McIntosh. He's lost the ball, and he's lost about 30 metres in penalties. Well, that will teach you to disagree with an umpire. McIntosh to the half-forward line. Aish getting out in front. Good mark. Well shepherded Neville Roberts. He would have got the free kick in any case, but he could see Roberts coming across his, or at least Aish coming across his path, and he did that well. Teal on the lead. Beautifully put, Michael Aish. And Jim Teal has got the ball about 35 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Roberts looks very tired, but he always does look exhausted. He has got that habit of putting his hands on his hips and looking exhausted when he possibly isn't. Jim Teal has nudged his second goal. And Norwood have now kicked 7-6 to West Adelaide 17-11.
Well, they're still out there, Norwood, but not very effective. Neville Roberts did do the hard work on that occasion, and I'd agree with Ian, he does look tired quite often, but what a cakewalk for West Adelaide. This is a return to form for them.
Williams having a run in ruck now. Actually, McKinnon got it, but it went to Michael Aish. McIntosh away from the centre with a long screw punt up towards Roberts again. Oop, a push and a shove. The umpire didn't see it, certainly didn't penalise it. Roberts wants help, gives out a long handball. Gallagher under pressure. Ross, give it across now to Maynard. Maynard under pressure, left foot, hooks, goal! Oh, do you think they made that? Hard work. Maynard's first, Norwood's ninth, but they still trail West Adelaide 17-11 to 9-6.
Well, it all started off when Roberts got possession, but there was a push in the back there which the umpire didn't see. Roberts off to Gallagher. The series of handballs ended up with Maynard, and with the left boot he kicked truly, but boy, are they doing it hard, Norwood. 8-6 to the Bloods, 17-11.
The credit, obviously, to the West Adelaide defence, tackling quickly and fiercely. McKinnon can't get it out. Williams breaks through airy. McKinnon, beautifully done. Randall Bennett puts it on the lead, now in towards big Mark Meckin. Wants to shepherd. Scanlon across. Borchardt in. Scanlon desperately defending, and the umpire will bounce right in front of the West Adelaide goal.
Bruce Lindner in the action again. Scanlon's had his hands full with that player today. 15 metres from the West Adelaide goal. Smith belts it back over the top to Borchardt. He went 2 ways at the one time. Confused everybody. Lamb from Reckner. They've conceded 50 metres now. Lindner wants this one. Oh, big leap from Scanlon. Didn't take the mark. Jarvis. Ace tried to stem the tide. Couldn't. Players stack up. Conjecture, and the umpire will bounce.
Gee, Andrew Jarvis worked hard for that ball to no avail.
He's certainly a tigerish performer. Micken. Ross. Good knockdown then from Michael Annie. Williams missed it, but did well. Cantalaftis got the free kick, allowed to play on. Borchardt on a lead, and that's his. He won't make the distance, but watch him look for a short pass. Loves those short passes, does Borchardt. There it is. Lindner. Couldn't mark it. Jarvis intercepted. Read it well. Grosser. A high tackle. No free kick. Ross. Jarvis again. Bounces out of defence. Bruce after him. Bruce Lindner, but couldn't find him. Good mark, Jimmy Teal.
Teal at centre wing to send the legs into attack, but he's drawn his forward lines up with him. No one to kick to. Making the break is Maynard. Well dispatched. Thought about playing on, but he's going back to kick in long. Maynard has got Roberts up forward. Michael Ace gives the lead, but he's going for the lead now of McCarthy. Good mark in the pocket. He's recovered from his... Oh, he's down again. He's getting punchy. No, he's okay on this occasion. Last time he went down, they dragged out the stretcher. He still looks just a little groggy, but he took a good mark. 25 metres out, 60-degree angle. McCarthy had a good first quarter. He's had 8 kicks for the game. Most of those would have come in the first quarter, plus 8 handballs. But on that occasion, the kick cross goal was not good, a point only.
He's had 5 handballs as well, so 13 disposals.
Peter, no, I gave you a misleading figure then. That's 5 kicks he got in the first quarter of those 8 kicks.
Thank you, Ian. Williams, a good mark. Back to Burgess. Oh, they're in trouble now, West Adelaide, with that movement. Ross stole it, gave it to Jenkins. McCarthy's on his own again, but the Jenkins kick didn't make it. Maynard, McCarthy. McIntosh wants it and gets it. And holds up proceedings, and I think he might have a shot at goal. Gee, McCarthy's a fully frontal player. He leads with his head a bit. I'll have to be a bit careful about that. McIntosh. Fine kicking action, but the ball coming across. It's a point. Norwood are 8-8. West Adelaide 17-11, and been a good all-round performance so far by West Adelaide in, although I shouldn't talk as though the game's over. Stranger things have happened.
Actually, Norwood in the last 10 minutes, Peter, have looked infinitely better. Ace up quickly, but he was down awfully quickly too. Porchard took the mark. Filkey on the road. In towards the half-forward line. Up further forward now by Rennie. Goes to meet the ball. He could kick the goal himself. He can't quite get it. The umpire said he's pushed in the back, and he's going to take the free kick in the full forward left pocket.
He showed a bit of toe then, Ian.
Gee, it was the battle of the speedsters, Peter, as they went to chase the ball. Actually, the West Adelaide forward line got caught a little out of position. They'd come upfield, and Ian, his defending player, chased his kick it off. Gee, what a horrible kick. Never ever looked like going anywhere but out of play on the full. And Stephen Keane, having his first game in the seniors after joining the league from South Adelaide, will put the ball back into play.
Neil Curley was disgusted at that one. We saw him on screen a little while ago. Yes, that break through the half-forward line there was a little bit like a game of soccer. He would have been offside, actually. Keane, Kelly, Aish, Thomas. Did that well. McCarthy's in there again. Summerton off hands, back to Hamilton. Cantalaftis. He's a fine back pocket player. Bruce Linder's got the run on this one. Up he goes. No mark. Smith, a fine handball to Filkey. He can mark this one down. Straight through the centre, Filkey. A fine goal. His first. West Adelaide 18-11. Norwood 8-8.
Yes, Michael Smith, what a beautiful handball. He gave that out at least 15 metres, and it was right in front of Filkey where he wanted it. Actually, if he wanted to, he had the alternative of drawing the defence and handball over to Mark Micken right in the goal square. Tom Warhurst was the meat in the sandwich, but Filkey is a confident young man, a confident player, playing well, and he put on 18th goal for West Adelaide. 18-11 to 8-8, and we're into time on of the third quarter. Hang on. McCarthy is out on his feet, Peter. He's just been let off the ground.
Yeah, it's a good idea, I think, Ian, for precautions. G. Williams is playing like a man possessed today. Oh, fine work. McKinnon put it over the top, giving Smith the chance. He keeps the ball in front of him. He's got backup support there. He goes around the corner to Reckner. Smith was bumped off the ball then, and he's a tired boy. Short Linder. Even that's too far for Bruce. Ross is on his own though, and he'll get it now. That's too far for him as well. Gee, they're playing around with Norwood though. 12 kicks, Grosser. Gee, thinks he can kick it. Micken's up against 2 big players there, and Michael Annie and Kelly. Well, Grosser's given it a chance. Gee, it's going to hit the post. I didn't think he'd kick the distance from there, but he did. 18-12 now to Norwood 8-8. In 9 West Adelaide players have been in the scoring line now.
Well, it goes to show, Peter, the scoring potential there. The wind is almost non-existent at the moment, and that's the reason Grosser got that length. Strong right leg at the ball. McIntosh, who's played a lot better in this third quarter, runs it to Thomas. Thomas over the centre line now as the legs go into attack. Hind comes to meet the ball. At the back waiting for it was Roberts, but Burgess thumps it clear. Back to Clayton Lamb. He in turn Williams. Got to only beat McIntosh. McKinnon was running for him. He was legged off the boot of Randall Bennett, straight to Michael Ace. Norwood haven't got a lot of method up forward, but it's been slightly better this quarter than in previous ones. McIntosh has got cramp. Roberts hasn't got the ball. Hamilton has. Williams under pressure. Clayton Lamb. Grosser. Flat-footed when he got the ball, kicked high to no one in particular. Jarvis.
A safe mark on the chest. Very close to full time here in the third quarter. Warhurst from fullback. Roberts waiting behind again. Hamilton. Borchardt. He's played well again today. McIntosh down in the middle. McKinnon. It's a fine player, McKinnon. Warhurst. He's got a good defensive action, Warhurst. That's Reckner. Kicks around the body. Lindner, late, but still makes his presence felt. Gee, that would have hurt. Michael Annie stood his ground and did it well. Kelly. That's a floater. Williams underneath the ball. Candlelafters playing well. McKinnon. Summerton. Gee, the backup is superb from West Adelaide. Lindner tries to half volley it. Well, the man with the pace is Grosser, but didn't get the run of the ball. Down goes Scanlon. Clearing the ball is Michael Annie, and holding proceedings up is Philip Gallagher.
Phil Gallagher, check side of the centre circle, almost at centre half back as he finds Maynard. Thomas is clear. Maynard's going to kick in long. Ball dropping fairly quickly, makes it awkward for Teal, thumped away. Hamilton throws it out to McKinnon. Fine game from this young man. Winter. Williams off the half back line. Got time to straighten and kick long. Mark Micken will take this. Doesn't work. Plenty of pressure put on him. Did it with ease. Smith wants it in quickly. He'll go towards that player, although the kick's not a good one. Kelly. He's had a hard job at centre half back this afternoon, only a young man, but gee, with the West Adelaide run-on players streaming past him, he didn't know who to chase first. Maynard, another an exciting player. To Thomas. Gallagher provides the run. Going to have to get there in a hurry. Bounces nicely for him. Teal is clear. Teal ought to kick his third goal. Blazes away. Ball coming back with a boot, and it's a goal. Norwood needed it. Siren sounds. End of the third quarter here at the parade. The home side down 9-8 to 18-12. Final quarter at the parade. West Adelaide in control, 18-12 to 9-8. No breeze to speak of, but West Adelaide just doing it easily. Hind gets the first tap away. Through comes Burgess. Oh, what a brilliant dash to Smith. Fine game from this player. Fires one in high. Getting back on it. Williams with him is Warhurst. Another goal, Williams. Oh, what a start. 10 seconds into the final quarter. Williams boots his fifth, and West Adelaide have got 19 on the board.
Not a better way to start a last quarter or any quarter of football. A great run by Burgess. And again, when you get it down there quickly and you've got a man of the strength of Williams there, reading the ball in over the top of Warhurst, picked it up after it hit the ground and scored his fifth goal. And great return to form by Williams, and West Adelaide are relishing in this game here at the parade.
Certainly winning the centre square handsomely. Line ball, but it's Grosser who takes it away for the Bloods. No man's land. The battle of the speedsters. Getting there first, Rennie, but the bounce favoured Keane. Michael Ace got the benefit of both. Couldn't get the kick away. In fact, he was pushed in the back by Rennie. And Michael Ace gets the free kick from the half-back line. Ace's kick number 13 comes grandstand side. Borchardt, strong as ever, takes a fine defensive mark.
He's a powerful man, Borchardt. This will be his 10th kick. And he's had 15 handballs, and he's played well. Bruce Lindner in front, no mark. Rennie. The kick around the body sees Bruce Winter come in and wobble one back. Gee, that's not well put though. Hamilton, normally a centre player, today at half back, he's done well. The kick is to centre half forward. Williams in late. Gee, there's a Big pack of players there. Warhurst did it well. It's had problems today, though. There's been 6 goals kicked at full forward. Micken's got 1. Williams the other 5. Summerton. On it goes to Burgess. He loves running down the field. Caught on that occasion. Grosser, the little ferret. Out he goes. McKinnon couldn't pick it up. Couldn't get the kick away either. Dickinson. McKinnon has put a saddle on Ross. McIntosh with a super handball. Keane. Morano made good body position. Cantalaftis gets front spot. Then Morano gets it back into the centre of the ground. Thomas. Oh, there's Norwood players everywhere. They didn't get the good bounce. They had their chance then, but couldn't capitalise. Funny thing about that football, it doesn't always bounce the way you want it to. Norwood a 9-8, the Bloods a 19-12.
Certainly not their day, and that's taking nothing away from West Adelaide. They've made their own luck. They've played brilliantly. Shades of 84, Cantalaftis. Summerton has the pace to break clear from centre half back, sets it up for McKinnon. Centre field, Hamilton running out wider still is Filkey. He'll be supported by Smith. Smith now, Filkey going past. He'll head towards goal, clear, 45 metres out, bombs away, home again. Oh, gee, that's copybook stuff. Second goal, Filkey, 20 to West Adelaide.
Filkey shakes the hand of Smith, the man that set it up for him, and gee, McKinnon's done well on the centre. He saw the free movement on the other side of the ground. Smith gathered the ball in. Filkey with blistering pace ran past, and he kicked his second goal. And the 2 things that stand out with West Adelaide today, their blistering pace and their tackling. Norwood can't handle either of them.
Micken at the centre bounce against Neil Hine. Hine got the benefit, tried to get it down to Michael Ace, having trouble getting it out. He's going to win a free kick for hanging on, and he's battled hard, but can't really engender much for Norwood because they're getting beaten so hopelessly in their forward lines. Burgess. Filkey again. Oh, Winter later on the scene. Paid to Filkey. Strong customer got up quickly. Paid the mark. Winter certainly didn't put out their 15 kicks. Filkey, Reckner. Replaced Conlon in the second half. Plays on now, puts it high in the air towards Williams. Warhurst there as well. Back of the pack, Lindner. Easy chest mark. No one was more surprised than Lindner as the pack misread the flight of the ball. Lindner never got off the ground, and he goes back casually bouncing the ball.
Is that play on here?
Theoretically. I don't think the intent was there. Kick number 14, and Lindner nonchalantly pops it through for his second goal. West Adelaide can do no wrong.
Well, the thing about West Adelaide is that there isn't a passenger, not one, and they all want to be in it. They all want to share the spoils. Filkey's playing a super game out there on the... I've got a feeling he's playing on the wing, but he may not be.
He's back on the wing now, I think. Oh, no, hang on. There's Clayton Lamb's on that side as well.
Yes, he's probably at half forward, but the kick in, and Lindner marked it and converted for his second. Fine stuff from West Adelaide.
Centre bounce. Smith appears to be playing centre half forward as McIntosh ducks, weaves, twists, Hine. Nowhere to go. Thomas in support. Still under trouble. West Adelaide under pressure. West Adelaide putting the pressure on. Aish out wider. Still to Danny Jenkins. Got to run the ball through his forward line. Getting back with him is Dreher. Teal in on the scene now. Will be supported by Michael Aish. Gee, he put out a heavy bump. Danny Jenkins, 40 metres out, puts it in towards Roberts. Getting back on it was Winter. Not Winter. That was 37. Yeah, it was Winter, I beg your pardon. That was the West Adelaide Winter. Dickinson. Maynard wants it, gets it on the left leg. Gee, he seems so tired he couldn't make 30 metres with a kick.
Oh, they have got some tired players in. Jenkins couldn't lift the ball, nor could Maynard. I wonder what the cause of that is. I suppose when you're chasing jumpers, you get pretty tired. Smith again. Good mark. Not paid. Close to the line. Hine tries to give it to Kelly. Smith fighting hard. Rennie also fighting hard. Smith wants to go on with it. McIntosh comes in. That would be a little bit silly to get reported at this stage. Smith did get the free kick. Oh, well, play on. Lindner. Beaten to the mark then by Scanlon. Borchardt shrugs the tackle off. Then it goes out. Well, they've won in every department today, West Adelaide. We're only 7 minutes into the last quarter, but they've handed out a football lesson to Norwood. Williams and Hine. Winter. Oh, he handballed the wrong way. Filkey with pace. Oh, that's a fine kick into the forward line. Linder goes up too early, and then it hit the point post, and it will be thrown in.
Peter Linder's playing permanent forward pocket. Smith's at centre half forward. Filkey on a half forward flank. And of course they've got 3 rovers on the ground now, and so they've got 2 virtually permanent forward pockets. Oh, beautiful tap back by Borchard. McKinnon beats one player, can't get past the second. Michael Ace comes to Norwood, rescue, kicks long out towards Teal. Automark this one does. Drew's kept a pretty tight rein on him. Oh, Gallagher nowhere to go. Ganny Jenkins can't get it. Gallagher comes back for the second serve, finds Roberts in the pocket, but Burgess goes for the safety of the line, and a throw-in will take place in the full forward left pocket. Mika, superb game, won the rucks, seems to be fully recovered, getting off the ground a lot more than he was in the early part of the season. More confidence as he goes along. Teal using his body to find front spot, but it goes to Grosser. Hooks around the corner towards centre wing. Rennie in front, good mark.
He wanted to play on, but he has to go back. Michael Rennie, it's a player that's been around for a little while now, played a bit of seconds football. Smith, one hand, couldn't mark it. Michael Ace working hard for it, gives Scanlon the chance. Lester Ross is on his own. Gee, the handball missed Dickinson. Lester Ross is still out there. Dickinson will go over his head and straight to Micken by the look of it. Maynard came in late, but Micken recovers. Peter Winter. Clayton Lamb stood his ground. Gee, they're all playing well now. Out comes Borchardt, but Ace intercepts for a good defensive mark. Ace short. Ross. He wants Jimmy Teal. He's got the open space, and the big chap doesn't let him down. Roberts on the lead. I don't know if Jimmy Teal can make the distance. He's not the longest of kicks. Not confident in it. Gallagher. Well past Jimmy Teal. Maybe even too far for Gallagher, though. They're certainly no closer. 9 kicks, Gallagher. Came right in. The umpire lining it up, but it's just offline. Norwood a 9-9. The Bloods 21-12.
Yes, West Adelaide's got off to a great start into the breeze when they kicked 7-1 to 3-3, and of course that was the platform for their big lead at the moment. 21-12 to 9-9, as Peter's told you. Most impressive. After this effort, you could say the Bloods are back. Hine up high. The bounce favours Randall Bennett. He's put on his wrong leg. Whether he can get round to get that one is problematical, but he was saved the problem by the ball going out of play. Centre wing throw in, almost half forward right flank. Crowd strangely silent. You can hear the players just yelling to one another on the turf as Micken gets the thump beautifully over to Reckner. Reckner up towards Grosser, full forward pocket. Smith again, only got one to beat, can't get clear. Justin Scanlon in there with him at the moment. Grosser winds up, Scanlon goes out with a hit to the face, but the umpire will come in and bounce.
10 minutes into the last quarter now, and we see the ball being bounced probably 20 metres from the West Adelaide goal. Number 10 there is Bruce Lindner. Craig Williams for West Adelaide, back to Lindner, hooks it around the body, but not far enough for West Adelaide. Good mark, Winter. Scanlon, that's Lindner's opponent. Jimmy Teal would like that one, he's got it. Drea gave him a bit of a send-off there. Teal plays it on. Lester Ross. Oh, he chanced his arm there. He's got a bit more pace than I thought he had. Roberts way out on the lead, and he's got it. Now you've got it, now you haven't. That appeared to be a throw. Roberts handballed it out to Dickinson, and now Morano. Little Roberts has looked very tired in the last quarter and a half. Morano's 7th kick. Distance shouldn't be a problem. Gives it plenty of air. Morano has got his first goal. Norwood now 10-9, West Adelaide 21-12.
Conlon about to return to the game. Can't see where's the runner out, the West Adelaide runner to pull another one off, but Williams is, could be Williams coming off. Now they're just making some positional changes. Drea, who looks to be hobbling, is coming off. Williams to centre half back. Gee, Peter, he's the jack of all trades. They put him anywhere. Only place I haven't seen him is wing, I think. And Conlon back on to provide a bit more run.
Williams also an All-Australian at fullback. At fullback, that's another position for him. Hine. Danny Jenkins is very tired. Borchardt again. Micken. Oh, he's got time to make a mistake. Fall over, get up and still get it away. Conlon puts a floater forward. Bad luck, Warhurst, a good effort. Couldn't mark the ball. The magic of Lindner, straight through the middle. Oh, don't make a mistake when he's around. That's what happens. 3 goals, Lindner. 22-12 now, the Bloods. Norwood 10-9.
Well, as Peter said, the magic of Lindner. I think Curley's probably put him into the forward pocket. He's short of a bit of match practice. Obviously, he's been out for several weeks with the ankle injury, although at the moment he's walking back to centre-half forward, so maybe he's swapping him and Smith around in that forward pocket. But whatever it is, he's made a great comeback to football.
Lindner is the equal highest kick getter on the ground at the moment with 16 kicks. Not a bad effort first up. Jenkins. Morano. Out comes Winter. Thomas, Teal, Gallagher. Should kick one here, Gallagher. Normally a good kick for goal. He has. Gallagher's first goal. Norwood 11-9. The Bloods 22-12.
Yes, well, he's always been a player that knew what to do with the ball. In the early part of the game, I got the impression that he was just caught up on the pace of it a little bit. He's been languishing in the reserves for the last couple of matches, getting his form back, and it was brilliant in the reserves. But what he's done has been pretty good. But unfortunately, there's not a lot of Norwood players following suit.
Mark Micken is number 16 up against Neil Hine. Hine got hand of ball. Aish follows up. McIntosh gets his handball. Beautiful kick, McIntosh. You can't do better than that. The run is from Gallagher. Roberts in the pocket. Oh, he's going to be beaten. Burgess is starting to get back to that grand final form now. Loves to run down the ground. Not a good kick then, though. That finds Dickinson. Gallagher again, an open space. But Norwood haven't looked comfortable in attack today. They just haven't had any fluency.
Morano's got cramp.
And 12 kicks Gallagher. Oh, a big leap from behind Roberts. Roberts kicked 2 goals in the first quarter. Hasn't been much since, though, in terms of disposals. This will be only his 7th kick. Hine off. Michaelini on. Neville Roberts would normally kick the goal from here. Well, he's tired, but that ball hit the post late in its flight. It swayed offline. 11-10 to 22-12.
Morano wants a reserve, but they haven't got one for him. He's hobbling badly as Burgess puts the ball high back towards centre field. Summerton, oh, good mark. Bennett's off. Summerton will give it to him belatedly, but he's got it. Not a good kick. Wobbles one towards the forward line, and Winter takes the mark in defence. Winter on the half-back flank. His experience has won him a few kicks today, but they've had problems finding West Adelaide's forwards. Danny Jenkins. Maynard on the lead. He could even be at full forward at the moment. It's on Winter. 12th kick to Maynard. It's a big one. Going slightly offline and through for yet another minor score. 11-11 Norwood, 22-12 West, 16 minutes into the final quarter. The game dying as West Adelaide have got it scummed to pieces.
Burgess runs it out to Williams. Top game, Williams. Looking for Borchardt. Oh, well done, Bruce Winter. Good defensive work. Picked up by Clayton Lamb, though. Here goes Conlon. Little Bernie Conlon's off. Goes for the goal. Getting underneath the ball is Smith. There's interference there, though. It's against Smith. And Warhurst will take the free kick as Morano comes off the ground. Neil Hine back on. Warhurst clears. Here's a Norwood play there in the middle. Gallagher doing up his boot. Ross. Dickinson. Aish. Oh, Michael thought someone was there and they weren't. Conlon. Warhurst behind, the big punch away. Here's a chance, Borchardt. Normally does something with it, not then. A high tackle on Kelly, very technical. Kelly clears.
Dickinson on the out of sight. The game being played almost in slow motion now. The heat zapping the players. Williams, good mark. Fine game. Summerton. Randall Bennett back to Summerton in the 1-2. Sorts out Linder on the half-forward line. Oof. Just where he ducked his head, he would have lost it. Strides off towards goal. Puts it in the air. Another one, Linder. That's his third. Correction, fourth. 3 in the last quarter. And West Adelaide doing it on the bit. Extremely fine passage of play. And Norwood are in complete disarray with their players now. They've got Gallagher without a boot. Morano can't walk. He's off the ground. And they just seem to be walking wounded everywhere.
Linder summed that up beautifully too. Could have gone short, but then said, I can kick this. Micken, Aish, Thomas. He won't quite get there. Hamilton beats him to the punch. Summerton. Randall Bennett starting to improve his game too, Randall Bennett. McKinnon, very powerful player. Brings it into centre half forward. Linder comes in from the side. Then pushes it out towards Filkey. Filkey concedes ground. He slipped over a few times today. Clayton Lamb. Completely missing it was McIntosh. McKinnon still around the place, but that's offline, a point. 23-13 to 11-11.
Lamb's off. Dreer's got to go back on again, and he can hardly hobble. Now, West Adelaide have got similar problems. Lamb was hobbling. Now, Dreer can't even crack it for a trot. So, West Adelaide have got problems as well. One problem they haven't got is on the scoreboard. Filkey's out 1,000,000 kilometres from anyone else. Heads towards goal, puts it up in the air, but once again, not a good kick. Let's have a look at...
That's Cramp.
That's Cramp down there. That one, I don't know who that one is.
McIntosh.
How can you tell? All you can... Oh, there he is. All you can see is his boot stops. Yeah.
Actually, I heard my producer then, Ian, and made it easy for me.
You cheated.
Thanks, Murray. Borchardt. He's a bit tired too, is Borchardt. Ross. Michael Annie. Caught by Rennie. Ross caught. Keane. He's also caught. They're all caught. Bennett. The big leap from behind is Smith. He's got it. Oh, that hurt Bruce Winter too. Right around the fleshy part of his backside. He wouldn't be too happy about that. But Mike Smith has a chance for his 5th. Awkward looking kicking action then, and that's offline. 15 kick Smith. 23-14 West Adelaide. Norwood 11-11, and see that forward set up for West Adelaide has looked superb today, Ian.
All half forwards for West Adelaide, Smith, Linder and Morris, who started there, have kicked 4 goals, and Williams, the full forward, has got 5. So talk about strength and attack. Wouldn't Norwood like something similar? Jenkins can hardly raise a gallop. Lester Ross. Teal under pressure. They swallowed him. Oh, never had a chance. Dreer's in the forward pocket, just on the ground to make up the number. He can't run. So Clayton Lamb must be pretty bad. It's got to be worse than Cramp. Bruce Winters had the stuffing knocked out of him after that last particular sortie. And Borchardt puts through his first goal. And West Adelaide's 24th.
Borchardt's been one of the best players on the ground today, right from word go. 11 kicks, 15 handballs and a goal, and he's done a lot of hard work. He summed that up pretty well when he picked it up, put it through for his first. He's also taken 8 marks. Not a bad performance. 24-15, West, Norwood 11-11.
Michael Aish, he struggled hard. He looks tired as well. He's done a lot of hard work. He's done it well. Rosser, off he bolts. Reckner, put on the left leg. Has to hook blindly. Getting underneath it now is Smith again. Can't bring this one down. Warhurst. Conlon. Back now towards Smith. Linder wants it out. Out it comes. Kelly over the top of that player. And the umpire has ruled holding the ball.
Pretty quick that one, but it doesn't matter. West Adelaide have been El Supremo today. Winter. Looked like boiled lollies and chocolates out there. Thomas, Scanlon. He found it hard today against Linda. Michael Aish, that was a beautifully put ball by Scanlon. Aish has got it at centre half forward. 17 kicks, in fact, Michael Aish. 11 handballs, 6 marks. He's kicked a goal in the second quarter. The umpire having a close look at that one. He's kicked another one, 2 goals. So Norwood's demise today hasn't been the fault of Michael Aish. He's worked pretty hard.
One of Norwood's best passages of play for the afternoon is they got from full back to full forward without West Adelaide touching the ball, and they did it with running handball, and it looked good. And the last pass that went to Michael Aish was beautifully put, and he converted for his second goal, and Scanlon was the player that put it out.
Micken is 16, and he has been the best ruckman on the ground today, without doubt. He's had a bit of a rest too, because Williams has got newfound confidence. Micken back to Summerton, a top performance Summerton. Bernie Conlon, the runner is Filkey. Reckner is on the end of that handball. He lines them up. He hooked the ball initially. It came back, but not enough. Reckner kicked a goal in the second quarter. 24-16 the Bloods. Norwood 12-11.
This Curley's had a fair bit of leg power there. 4 rovers in the 20. We started with Reckner on the fence. He interchanged with Conlon, and Reckner's done a bit of damage as well. Conlon is still not playing as well as he has or he did in 1983. Thomas to Michaelani. Jammed it onto his boot. Not a lot of method in the attacking movements. Ross did that one well. Michael Aish passed. On the lead now is Maynard. That's where the ball goes. Roberts out there as well. Roberts or Maynard. Take your pick. And Rocky's got it 35-40 metres out. Roberts, kick 2. Not many opportunities. 8th kick. Had perfect dispatch of the ball. Results in goal number 3. 3rd and 11 in the legs. 24-16 West Adelaide.
Plenty of scoring here today at the parade, and Neville Roberts hasn't been in it as much as he would have liked, but he can expect plenty of attention these days. He got it last week against the Bulldogs, and this week first Summerton and then Burgess. 2 pretty good players, 2 good defenders, 2 attacking defenders. Makes it hard to play well.
Centre bounce down. Into time on of the final quarter. Randall Bennett. Players tied. 28 degrees. A summer's day. The heat would have been coming off the grass too, possibly as well grassed as I've seen the Norwood Oval for many a season. Conlon wobbles one. Winter. He recovered from the battering in the back he got when Smith took off a little while ago. Michael Aish certainly getting stronger as further the game goes. McIntosh to Gallagher. Gallagher 40 metres out on the left leg. Puts it up. Maynard. Good mark. Don't know whether Gallagher didn't kick with the right leg, whether he's got problems, but he didn't appear to be under any pressure. He could have got round onto the right leg. Maynard to Hine. And the big fellow has had his colours lowered today, but it certainly has been a good effort. It's no disgrace to having your colours lowered by Mark Micken, and Neil Hine, a much improved footballer in 84, and he's got a chance to kick his second goal. Missed by the proverbial kilometre. Point 13-12, 24-16.
Norwood facing the, well, I was going to say embarrassment, but there are 9 other clubs in the league, but they're facing the position of being bottom of the ladder in season 84. Roberts up, no mark. Burgess handballed it out. Borchardt, Conlon, Smith. He wanted it, but it went towards Reckner. Goes back towards Borchardt. Oh, it bounced beautifully for him. Smith got it from that player. Lined them up and missed it. Well, Smith's kicked more difficult goals than that. 24. Just changing the score now. 24-17 to 13-12. and the Bloods have been relentless today. Warhurst to kick out. Geez, found it hard up forward because they've had Williams there, they've had Micken there when he's rested on the occasion. Linda's been lurking in the shadows there as well. He's kicked plenty of goals. Talking about Bruce Linda, how good is that? The big kick after his little bit of magic. Dreher there is only on one leg. To credit to him that he's able to stand up. He's hobbling pretty badly, and I think West Adelaide could probably get away with 16 or 17 men on the field rather than risk further injury, but I guess that you've got to be careful of losing percentage points. Smith, Bennett, Smith threw that one out. Borchardt weaves through the pack. The kick away is not accurate. Now the ball in the right full forward pocket for West Adelaide, and they've handed out a football exhibition to the Redlegs today. Smith, Thomas, a long kick away, but he's up against a bit of opposition there is Kelly. Micken took the mark and gave it to Rennie. Michael Rennie, the centre of the ground. Craig Filkey. A lot of looseness in the West Adelaide forward lines. 18 kicks Filkey. He's kicked 2 goals and been the quickest player on the ground. He's also had 10 handballs. Been a very good player. Geez, given that a powerful punt kick, a torpedo kick, or just marked Bruce Winter. Michael Annie has gone short for Bruce Winter, and Bruce finds him. That's my team. Michael Annie, 4 kicks only. Mark Micken again, no mark, through comes McKinnon. Finally it's Bennett, the handball missed Summerton. Keane. Jim Teal held onto it too long, he often does that. Then he was being held, but Des Foster let the team go. Keane, Dickinson, Jarvis. A nice kick up forward, Maynard, oh good mark. Very powerful in the air is this chap, Maynard. I like the look of him, he's a strong player. This will be his 14th kick. 8 marks. That's the best part of his game, apparently, his marking. It's a nice looking kick, fading late, but he's got it. Maynard, in fact, has now scored 2 goals from his performance, and considering Norwood's depleted forward lines, it's not a bad effort. The Bloods are now 24-17 to Norwood 14-12. We're well into time on in this last quarter. A lot of Norwood fans have left the ground. And as I've said, a football exhibition by West Adelaide. 65 points is the deficit. Michael Annie and Micken. Micken still jumping higher. Danny Jenkins had the ball held to him, and there will be a bounce. The umpire blows the whistle again, just to let players know who's in charge. Gee, there are some tired players out there. Jenkins particularly, and Michael Aish. Micken. McIntosh, Aish. Craig Williams, beaten on that occasion by Teal. Thomas to Gallagher. Gallagher short to Roberts. Well dispatched. Roberts will line up for his 4th. Not one of his better games, Roberts, but been starved of opportunities. This will be his 9th kick. 2 goals in the first quarter. One of the worst attempts at goal I've seen from Neville Roberts. Missed that. 3 points he's kicked. Norwood 14-13, 24-17 West Adelaide. Burgess kicking off, plenty of distance. Micken and Michael Annie, no mark. Summerton, Micken, short chip. Borchardt trying to run it through half forward, stolen by Aish. Kicks around the body, good mark, Micken. The siren is gone, A great performance, West Adelaide. They run out easy winners here at the parade. 24-17 to Norwood 14-13.